All right, let's get right into it. So when I was dealing with my social anxiety, I talked to a anxiety therapist, I guess you could say, psychologist. And she gave me 3 steps, 3 tools to use when I started feeling anxious in a social environment. So the reason that this channel is called Subway Social Anxiety, I think I covered this in the video before, is because that's where it started for me. Subway. Going up, ordering your sandwich, and there's a long line of high school kids behind me. I was in high school when my anxiety started, grade 11. And I just slowly started panicking, thinking, oh my goodness, everyone's judging me, looking at me, listening to what I'm saying. And that's when I felt like I was going to die. The first tool is that know that you're not going to die. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Your heart is racing. You're sweaty. Your palms are sweaty. You're getting red in the face. You feel like you're going to die, but you will not die. So that was one thing that I thought, okay, it feels horrible. But when I make it out of this, when I get through this anxiety and I come out on the other side, I will be coming out on the other side. I'm not gonna die from this, okay? So that's number 1. It's important to think like that. Number 2 and number 3 are kind of connected. So number 2 is everyone's thinking about themselves. Most people, when they're out in the world, they're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about what they have to do that day. They may have some anxieties of their own, thinking about the argument they just had in the morning. They're thinking about themselves in that situation and other people judging them. So everyone, for the most part, is in their head about themselves. But when you're going through an anxiety attack, that's the whole thing, right? Is that everyone's looking and focusing on you when a good majority of people are not. However, there are times when people are looking at you. Public speaking, when you have to perform at work, when you're crossing the crosswalk on a street and someone's the first vehicle in line, usually they're listening to the radio and yeah, they take a glance at you and momentarily they judge you. When you're ordering at Subway and someone's behind you, if they're not just thinking about themselves, then yeah, they may be listening to your order or looking at you and kind of judging you. But here's what rolls me into my 3rd thing that really, really helped me. So when I was going through my real bad anxiety, I would talk to the therapist every once in a while, and she came out to it was a McDonald's. And so we drove to the McDonald's together. And I forget if I told this in my first video. I made that first video a long time ago, but so just whatever. I'll just tell it again. So we drove out to the McDonald's and we went inside and she said, okay, I want you to go up to the till and just order something simple. Not complex, just simple, like a pop, like a 7-Up. I said, okay, sounds good. So we went up to the front till and I didn't know this, but she was actually recording me just kind of from the corner with her phone like down here. And so I started getting stressed out. I kind of knew she was back there, which was even making my anxiety worse. There were a couple people in line. It wasn't too busy of a McDonald's, which was a little bit helpful, but it was definitely, I was feeling anxious and the panic started to set in. So I ordered my 7-Up and I got it, and then we went out back to the car and she said, okay, so how do you feel? I said, oh, I had a panic attack, but I'm feeling a little bit better now. Like it came and passed. She showed me the video and she said, well, this is what you look like from my point of view. And it was just me going up to the counter, ordering a 7-Up, I looked completely normal, and walking away. I looked from that camera angle completely normal. However, in my head, I was like, oh my God, everyone can see that I'm panicking and I'm red in the face. And for me, a big one was the getting sweaty and red in the face. I used to just get so red. And she said, well, from other people's points of view, first, they're probably not going to notice that. And second, what's the worst case scenario if they do notice that? What if they notice that you're a little sweaty and a little red in the face? They don't know that you may have just came from a workout. You may have just ran to McDonald's. From their point of view, you look nothing but normal. If they are even judging you or looking at you or paying any attention to you, which 99% of the time they're not. So those are the 3 things I just want to leave you. Nice, quick, to the point video. You're not going to die. It's going to feel horrible, but you will get into the anxiety and come out the other end. So when you're in the worst part of that anxiety and that heart is just going, you will not die. Most people, if not almost everybody, is thinking about themselves. They're not paying much attention to you, and they're definitely not paying as much attention to you as you think they are. And when you're at your height anxiety, think about what other people may be thinking about you. Realistically, not what your anxiety is telling you, but seriously think of what people are thinking about you. There's a reason why your face could be red. There's a reason why you're sweaty. There's a reason why you look a little bit nervous. You could have just went for a run. You could have a lot going on in your mind. From other people's perception, you look normal. And that, my friends, is what I want to leave you with. Good rant. I'll see you folks in the next video. Take care.